This week,
we begin the spooky season with the McHenry VFW.
The McHenry Outdoor Theater celebrates a successful season.
Warriors play dress up on Halloween.
WSM steps into the voting booth.
Warriors Inc. gives us an inside look into the graphics pathway.
And the McHenry Messenger debuts their first issue of the year.
All of that and more on the Warrior Weekly.
Good morning, Warriors, and welcome to this week's edition of the Warrior Weekly, presented by Warrior Student Media. I'm McKenna Harvey.
And I'm Kylie Schnasky. Today we celebrate the spooky season, look inside the pathways of MCHS, and discuss the importance of voting.
But first, the Saturday before Halloween, the McHenry VFW hosted the Trunk or Treat to give kids a chance to earn candy.
Last Saturday, Warrior Student Media attended the VFW's second annual Trunk or Treat event. Families from all across the community came together to celebrate Halloween McHenry style.
The trunk or treat is the community comes out and we all fill our trunks with candy. We pop them up. We actually decorate. Some of us decorate them. There is an actual prize for that. And then the kids walk through, and as you guys can see, the line is insane.
With more than 650 people, the turnout for the event was significantly higher than last year. Attendees enjoyed walking around to each of the decorated vehicles, in addition to the plenty of free food.
You know, I think it gives them a chance to get out and see what the VFW can really do. And we are an important cog in the wheel of McHenry. And it's nice to be able to show it off and bring people out and have a good time. I mean, it's just a great event for kids and families.
Many children, adults, and even animals enjoy dressing up in eccentric Halloween costumes, creating a fun and festive atmosphere.
I think it brings everybody together. It's a peaceful, good vibe, happy time, and I think it's great. I think it improves life.
Look around, it just brings all kinds of people together doing the same thing. All the kids get to dress up and stuff. So a lot of parents dress up too.
Little kids reaching in the thing.
Yeah.
Oh, they should do it every year, and anybody can attend, should try to attend.
The Trunk or Treat event was a tremendous success for the McHenry community, bringing joy to children, parents, and members of the VFW. The event itself is bringing back the unity of our McHenry community. Reporting for the Warrior Weekly were April Hanneman, Kira Henry, Rayana Med, and Mikey Grunda.
Next, the McHenry Outdoor Theater has its last showing on the 29th and 30th as the temperature drops for winter. Warrior Student Media has the story.
On October 29th and 30th, the McHenry Outdoor Theater held their last showing of the 2022 year. 10 off on the spooky Halloween weekend, a double feature of Casper and Halloween Ends showcased, as well as fun Halloween games and activities for families to end off the great season. Sophomore Emily Taylor explains the activities they have set up for the kids and why they're doing this.
We're celebrating Halloween at the McHenry Outdoor Theater.
It's also our last day being open for the season, so it's like a goodbye thing.
So we have carving pumpkins or decorating them over there. Then we have some games to win candy.
While ending the outdoor season strong, many moviegoers reminisce on what makes the McHenry Outdoor Theater so special and unforgettable.
We were going through a really hard time, and basically on Halloween, because of the coronavirus, we were not many places to go, and this was the perfect choice because keep us isolated, and it was Halloween night, so we came for the first time.
It being Halloween weekend, moviegoers did not disappoint with crazy, funky, and creative costumes filling the rows of cars. Moviegoer Daniel Bonin reminisces on years past Halloweens at the McHenry Outdoor Theater.
Last year we came for Halloween, and they had like a live organ player. That was kind of cool. It's like not as good as a regular theater.
Games, pumpkins, good times, and Halloween movies is the perfect way to end a great season at the McHenry Outdoor Theater. We wish the McHenry Theater many more great years and memories to come. Make sure to mark your calendars and keep up to date when the theater opens again for its 2023 season. Reporting for the Warrior Weekly were Maggie Machashik, Ellie Machashik, and Alyssa Thomas.
Friday night, Triumph's hosting a coffee house event here at MCHS at 6:30 p.m. Come for performances, karaoke, and good vibes.
Next, we haunt the halls on All Hallows Eve as students wear their costumes to class.
Halloween is a spooky time of the year, coming every October 31st. With the new Halloween season pass, we look back at this year's craziest Halloween costumes.
I'm Daphne from Scooby-Doo. I picked this costume because a lot of my friends say that I look like her, and so me and my boyfriend had matching costumes.
Halloween exists as a way for people to express themselves in a whole new way. People can show their artistic talents and have a blast.
So I'm actually Emily from Corpse Bride by Tim Burton. So I grew up with two very specific Tim Burton movies, and my favorite one was Corpse Bride. I've been planning this since last year. My mom actually got me a knockoff costume. I'm like, no, I want the actual costume. So I finally got the chance to get it, and I'm really happy with it.
Dressing up and preparing a costume can be a fun activity. The time before Halloween can be enjoyable for people looking to up their costume game.
So for my costume, the scarf, I got fabric from Hobby Lobby, and then my dress I found at Goodwill, and then the headband was from Walmart.
Halloween can also just be a thrilling time dressing up in weird and wacky costumes.
I thought it feels fitting with Halloween and how things are going.
Halloween is a fun time of the year right before the Christmas season where fall comes and goes. Don't just waste your Halloween, eat candy, trick or treat, watch scary movies, but mostly just have fun.
I like Halloween. I think it's really fun dressing up. I still enjoy going trick-or-treating and all that.
This year's Halloween has come and gone, but we're excited to see what next year's costumes have in store. Reporting for the Warrior Weekly were Lex Bach, Rachel Blucher, and Neo Fritz.
We hope you had a spooktacular Halloween, Warriors.
Yesterday was our election day. Our teachers helped us give perspective on the importance of voting.
With midterm elections wrapping up, the topic of voting and its importance has ignited throughout the country once again. Many of our upperclassmen will be 18 once the next election rolls around, and getting the students informed is very important. Government teacher Dean Roborn speaks on what he teaches his students about voting.
I teach my students about, a lot about voting, the importance of it, and just kind of how it works. We dive into, what does it look like to register to vote? What is the voting process like? I give my own firsthand experiences of what voting is, what my experiences in voting so far, different ways people do vote. I just kind of trying to cover as much as I can, or kind of every element of it, I suppose.
Students and staff, a part of Activism Club, realize its importance and have acted on it. Activism Club advisor Stacy Rockweiler describes what her and her students do to prepare the kids to vote.
So one of the activities that the Activism Club participates in every year is we do voter registration drives. Every year we'll do some kind of event to get seniors to register to vote, those that have turned 18. But I always make myself available any time of year. Kids can stop by my room and I can help them register to vote.
Registering to vote sounds like a complicated process for many people, but it can be quite easy. Ms. Rockweiler describes how students can register themselves at any point.
Well, there are many different ways you can register to vote. The easiest thing you can do is probably go online, and you can register to vote online. You can also come see me in my classroom. I'm a deputy registrar with the county, so I can register you to vote. But also in our state, we have same-day voter registration. So you can actually go to your polling place, register to vote, and then vote on the same day.
Getting a younger audience involved in the voting process is a very important step for the growth of the political system. If you want any information on how to register to vote, you can visit Miss Rockweiler's room in 338. Reporting for the Warrior Weekly, we're Tyler Houston, Kaden Bunting, TJ Hawes, and Jack Lulo.
Next, Mr. Connor and his students have decorated the walls of the entire Center for Science, Technology, and Industry, where your student media looks into the graphics pathway and their impact on MCHS.
MCHS's graphic department offers a diverse group of classes that entails a variety of career-oriented projects. We share this inside look of what graphics is all about.
All the courses. Well, we have 4 different classes. We've got graphic communications 1, graphic communications 2, then we've got production, and then we got advanced production. So in graphics communications, which is our first course, so graphics 1, what we learn how to do is we learn how to do 4 different things. We learn how to do screen printing, we learn how to do a vinyl decal, we learn how to do a memo pad, which is digital printing, and then we also learn part of the vinyl project. In graphics 2, or graphic communications 2, we learn and we expand on all those. So we'll do a 2-color sticker, we will do a 2-color screen printing project, we will do a lunchbox, we'll do packaging design with the lunchbox. We will do large format printing, and then we'll learn how to wrap a car hood and a car door. And then in advanced production class, they learn to do live jobs. So they'll work on live production jobs either in the screen press lab here or in our vinyl room or on designing. And then in our advanced production class, they're doing the exact same thing. They're still working on live jobs, but they're the lead on those jobs. So they're in charge of this room. So if I have 1 or 2 students in my 2 classes that are in charge of the screen press lab, I have some people that are in charge of my vinyl lab, that everything that we're doing for printing, for large format, for banners, they're going to be in charge of.
Students in the graphic classes continuously work to make products that benefit MCHS, students, staff, and faculties.
I got to design the football homecoming shirts this year, so that was a fun project, and it's kind of cool to see all the guys wearing them. That's pretty cool.
So I think the most exciting things that are happening were, screen press lab and printing out on the vinyl and everything. But currently, we are working on a new helmet for the Powder Puff Trophy. So we're making a car wrap kind of thing for it, and we'll wrap it around a helmet, a football helmet, and that will be for our new trophy.
If you're interested in partaking in projects like these, Connor walks us through the process to excel in this field.
No, they have to take all 4 levels as a sequence. So Graphics 1 is a semester, then after that Graphics 2 is a year-long class, and then we have Graphics 3 and our Graphics 4, which is our production classes. Those are advanced classes, and they have to take those sequentially and be good at all the things that we do.
Keep a lookout for what graphics creates throughout the year. If you have any questions relating to graphic classes, after high school experiences, or even the next big projects, you can email Mr. Connor at connormatthew@dist156.org. Reporting for the Warrior Weekly, we're Emberlyn Carlson, Lauren Curtin, Lane Jemson, and Grace Mueller. Have a great week, Warriors.
Yeah.
Finally, the McHenry Messenger came out with their first edition of its newspaper this past Friday.
The Warrior Weekly steps into the newspaper classroom to celebrate the monumental issue.
Last Friday, the McHenry Messenger newspaper staff released their first print edition of the school year. The Messenger staff spent their morning passing out their issue to various rooms for all students to see. Elena Microzack shares one of their biggest moments in writing for the Messenger's first issue.
This year, I think it was being able to interview midterm candidates. I got to interview Darren Bailey, one of the people running for governor, and that was so exciting for me because it's the biggest interview I've ever done, and I've interviewed a band or 2, but I was this is Darren Bailey here, and it was really exciting, and that was my favorite part about this year so far.
With all the work produced and released from the Messenger staff comes not only positive appraisal, but some disregard. Kennedy Teacher shares what she thinks everyone should know about the Messenger's writing.
I think people should probably know that, even if they don't agree with the stories that we publish, it's not necessarily our beliefs that we're trying to, push. We're just trying to push, the stories of our community. So, if we publish something and somebody doesn't like it, they should not attack, our writers or anything. That's just the story and not necessarily their personal opinion.
The McHenry Messenger is all about our student body and McHenry's overall community. Urbach explains how he advises the newspaper staff and what he does to help push the idea of it all being through the eyes of our students.
The idea is that this is the kids' publication. So I see my job as helping them develop their skills kind of before we start running regular stories on McHenryMessenger.com and running regular print issues. And then I give them the space to pitch each other's stories and approve them and assign them to each other and then just write them. I kind of am the guide on the side. While they're writing, I try my best to give them ideas on who they could talk to, help them approve interview questions and stuff like that. I do spend a little bit more time helping put together the print issue because we're only a staff of 16 kids. But the rest is all them. They basically edit and post the stories all on their own, and I get to sit back and drink coffee.
The McHenry Messenger's first issue of the year features an epic new story and cover article about kids balancing grades with extracurriculars by Kenzie Soroka. Be sure to pick up a copy hot off the press in any of your study halls, the library, or front entrance, and show our writers some love and support. We can't wait to see what the Messenger staff brings us for the next issue. Reporting for the Warrior Weekly were Maddie Spencer, Allie Casey, and Matthew Woods.
That's all for today's show. Be sure to follow the Warrior Weekly on all social media platforms, including Twitter, Insta, and TikTok.
For Kylie Chanowski and all the Warrior Student Media, I'm McKenna Harvey. Have a great short week, Warriors.